In the previous lesson, we have learned about arrays. Arrays are very important because arrays are letting us to store multiple values in one single variable. Here we are declaring a new variable, but not of type string, but of type string array because of these square brackets. And here we are saying that cars array 1 is equal to new. New means we want the program to allocate a place in memory, to reserve a place in memory for this array. And of course, we want that this reservation, this place in memory, will be only for string values. So new string. And how many places we want? We want that the size of this array will be 3, means that this array can store 3 values of type string. After that, we said that we can do it in one line. Cars array of type string, cars variable of type string array equals new string. We're allocating a place in memory for string values, and the size is 3. And the way to assign a value to these elements of our array is to use again the square brackets. Our array, of course, then square brackets, and then inside is the element index. 0 means the first element of our array equals to Volvo. We have assigned a Volvo to the first element of our array. And 1 means that the second place will be equal to BMW. And to the third place, we are assigning the value of Ford. Now, we are going to learn more 3 ways how to assign values to the element of our array. These ways are just short than this way, and we can do it this way. The first way is this one. Here we are not assigning the values in the different lines, but in the same line right after the allocating the memory in the place in memory. Right after that, in the same line, we are using the curly brackets and assigning a value to the Volvo to the first element of our array, cars 1, BMW to the second element, and Ford to the third element of our array, cars 1. And here is the second way. This is almost as this the first one, but one little difference. Here we are here we're creating the array of 3 elements, but without specifying the size. But even though the size of this array also will be 3 like this one. Here we're specifying that the size we want it to be 3, and we are allocating a place in memory for 3 elements. Here we are not specifying that we want this array to store 3 elements. But even though the program knows by these curly brackets, by these values here, 3 values, it knows that we want that this array will have 3 elements. So the new string will reserve a place in memory for this array only for 3 elements. And this is the third way, even shorter. In this third way, we are not even using the new string square brackets. Right after our declaration of our array cars 3 equals, curly brackets and the values inside. And the program knows that we want to allocate a place in memory for this array, and that the allocation will be for 3 elements by these 3 values. And here we are printing the values. From cars 1, we're printing the first element, Volvo. From cars 2, we are printing the second element, BMW. And from cars 3, also the second element, also BMW. So Volvo, BMW, and BMW. Int array is also the same as string array. These 3 short ways how to initiate the values of our array. New int with the size and the values in the same line, and new int without the size, but here is the values in the same line, and even without new int, just the values inside these square brackets. And for this example, we are printing numbers to the third element, numbers to the third element, 7. So we're supposed to see Volvo, BMW, BMW, and 7. Constant right line. Here we're supposed to see 7. And of course, at any time, if we want to change a value in our array, the way is very simple. We are approaching an element using these square brackets. So now in this example, we want to change the third element of cars 3. Instead of Ford, we want it to be Opel. Cars 3 at third place, we want it to be Opel. And numbers 3, instead of the third place equal 20, numbers 3, now we want it to be 55. And of course we are printing it. So as we said before, we want to see Volvo, BMW, BMW, and here we want to see 7, Opel, and 55. Let us see, right click, debug, start new instance, and of course Volvo, BMW, BMW, 7 from here, numbers 2, you can see it in numbers 7, and Opel and 55, Opel and 55.